So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Manchester United.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
Rafael van der Vaart will be key here, Peter. I've always admired the way he plays between the lines, having eked out that extra yard of space nobody else can seem to see.
And surely, Jim, he's more than just... Oh, that is asking for trouble! And now they can clear their lines. Great vision. Rice. And it's Scholes. Van der Vaart. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's chosen to go back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
To Martinez. Van Belten. Cafu. Now, can they get him away? Nedved. Besiktas are looking to break at pace. Owen is wide and looking to get onto this. Nedved. Hoisted in. He's got full. Firm header just off target.
He did so well there. It's just a shame about the accuracy.
Nuno Mendes. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nuno Mendes. For Rice. He's looking wide. Cristiano Ronaldo shapes and shoots! Goal! Manchester United! The breakthrough strike! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Looking tidy in possession here. That's been cut out, well played. Nuno Mendes. Strong running down that left flank.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, that looks a decent ball. That is a great pick out. Lisandro Martinez makes the interception. Nuno Mendes. Manchester United applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Tries to play it through. He's in plenty of space here. Chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! Besiktas back on level terms. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
That could spell trouble. And that pass just didn't quite work. That's going to go a long way. Cruyff's cross. Nuno Mendes. Davids. Van Bouten. Rice. Scholes. Pullet charging forward. And Owen! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Owen really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Scholes. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Van der Vaart. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that's been intercepted. And this is Cruyff. Now and the finish! Goal! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
The final seconds now. And it's Thuram.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Rice. Van der Vaart. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Besiktas come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Besiktas are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance. He rises! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Neymar. And it's Scholes. Cafu. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now, who's going to be first to this? Now it's Cruyff. No, that's been intercepted. Van der Vaart. Now it's Messi. Oh, it's played into the area. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Cruyff. And this is Owen.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he's running through. He's it! And he hits the net. A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Besiktas go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Cafu.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
It looked as... And Cruyff! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Van der Vaart. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That has ended up in no man's land. Owen. And this is Hullet. Rice wins the duel this time. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, well played, well sorted out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Neymar plays it in. In again. We've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And this is Hullet. Well, that's beautifully weighted. That is good alertness. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Besiktas clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Substitution from Besiktas.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Number 11, Nedved. Number 7, Hullet. Coming on the field, number 18, Pele. Neymar. Number 10, Ronaldinho. Number 8, Mateu.
Cafu. Now it's Messi. Just about up to 75 minutes. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Besiktas perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Looking to play him in. Shoots! Tries to pass it through. That looks a good ball through. And he's managed to get free. And he's in on goal. This might spell take. Shot at goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting. Great chance! And he's away. Love tries a shot! He has done it! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
And we come to you now with a quick request for...
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to support.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Not the most accurate pass. Totti. Oh, good spread. Good ball over the top. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And he plays one through. Veron. Owen! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
That could spell trouble.
Well, the greatest goal threat down below us, Peter, is Michael Owen.
Forever the boy wonder. Burst onto the world scene, of course, in such sensational style and left us with that unforgettable impression.
Yeah, and he'll forever be remembered for that, Peter, but his catch-me-if-you-can style of finishing and one-on-one duels with keepers, it became the norm.
Absolutely so, and I guess we're all expecting him to notch a goal or two here. Looking to play him in. Yamal has it out wide and in space. Oh, it's a nice idea, but... Oh, shooting chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
That is good alertness. Totti, clats it in. There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And that's been won straight back. Pass somewhat off target. It's a really well-measured ball. Albert Ferrer picks it up out wide. Mateus. Oh, that's well spotted.
Besiktas really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Yamal chasing after it. Barcelona applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. That's a shade optimistic. Looking for the run. Ferdinand cuts it out. Now it's Yamal. Vieira. Veron.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Albert Ferrer. Totti. Great chance! keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Platini goes short. Besiktas have the chance to go the other way. Can he get onto this? He's in space and looking for options. Cross. Up he goes! Caicedo. Totti. Passing is crisp and sharp. In with the challenge. Barcelona disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. And it's Cruyff. And Cruyff! And yes, it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're into the second 45. Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Totti. And he's only too happy to take that back. Threads one in. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Yamal. Pass is intercepted. And he shoots! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. Goes for a shot! Veron plays it long. Now it's Cruyff. Triol. Can he get on the end of this? Tries to pass it through. Might be done. Can he finish? What a wonderful goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
There was to be only one outcome.
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And the keeper's got it again. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he finish? He scored! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah. They say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
This is quite a battle.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Cruyff has it in a wide position. And he's there to belt it away. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. And now they can spring out of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. Now this could be a chance. Not the most convincing of passes. Bullet constantly looking for the ball into the box. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Now, can they get him away? Ferdinand spots it and intercepts. Oh, he's found support out wide. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 18, Silvestre, será reemplazado por el dorsal 24. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
He's being urged to shoot. Oh, that's a fine interception. Has a look and plays it forward.
Totti really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And here's Totti.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Totti. Played into space.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And he cuts out the supply. Harrison calmly anticipates. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Nicely weighted ball. Ferdinand promptly onto that, and that is that. Yamal. Can he get it through?
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Passing nice and neat.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
This is Owen. No, that's been intercepted. Probing pass.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
A heavy challenge. That's a throw. And he's managed to get free. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong. Pelé picked out brilliantly. Bullet! And that will be the final act. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Besiktas.
And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. We have already started here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Dida claims it without any fuss. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evidence of annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And here's Bale. He's a sharp little ball here. He's got full. Oh, crossbar! Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his Ibrahimovic! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Besiktas have the chance to go the other way. First quarter of an hour gone. Spread neatly. Now it's Bale. Roberto Carlos. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
It's a good run, that. Great timing. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Neymar. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Iniesta. Pull it. Oh, easy pickings there. Messi. That is good strength. Engages and forces him off the ball. Messi. Swept. Goes for a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. That looks a cracking ball. Not the most accurate pass. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. In with the challenge. Besiktas are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Crossed it again. Good read, needed to... And Messi! Oh, it's hit the post.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And here's Ibrahimovic. That's a good ball. He's had a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 3 coming up. Besiktas are looking to go forward now. And it's Roberto Carlos. Can he get on the end of this? Pele looking to get on the end of this. Great chance! Goal! Besiktas! Besiktas take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Oh, smashing! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Pullet does really well to win the ball there. Pass is just off target. Nesta. Iniesta. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo!
Will simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Has been indicated.
Oh, super find. Mateus. That pass has been well intercepted. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
Hello, attendees.
How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Besiktas are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Besiktas really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
So their fourth quarter of the game. A header! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this is Ronaldo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Referee has just said play on. That has been cut short. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, no joy this time. Iniesta. Tries to pass it through. Shapes to shoot! He scores! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
No way through.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. That is good alertness. Mateus. Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Carlos. Iniesta. Can he get it through? That is ended up in no man's land.
The attendance for this
Just
match
about up
was
to the hour now.
71,550.
And Mateus. Mateus looking to penetrate opposition lines. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Manchester United finding their passes. Pullet can be a real threat inside the box. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Ibrahimovic. Davids wins the duel this time. Davids did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contested chance! Chooses to go back. Gullit. Gullit has got himself a free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Nedved is behind this one,
Mateo.
looking to widen the gap even
Coming
further
on to
here.
replace him is number 13, Gullit. Substitution in
And this is
progress.
takes a shot! Now, how often do you see that?
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Knocks it into space. Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now, can they get him away? And they can counter here. And this is Ibrahimovic. Now it's Owen. Manchester United can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He's through, it's one-on-one! And he's heaved it away. He's not got that quite right.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Corner number two
Number
then.
2, Varane. Number 11, Ibrahimovic. Coming on the field.
Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Baresi. Number
And now a
22,
sudden chance to counter. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gullit. Now it's Pele. Iniesta. Costa Curta does well to get it back. And this is Cruyff. Now it's Iniesta. Besiktas can consider themselves just about safe now. And this is Messi. And the finish! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. No mistake. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Substitution for Manchester United.
There's going to be another change here.
Iniesta.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Johan Cruyff. Number 10, Hannibal.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Big chance, must be! Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Tries to play it through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
They're back on the ball again. Nedved. And there's green grass ahead of him. Baresi calmly anticipates. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's that, the end. Besiktas can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Gullit, a key player here, and not just for tactical reasons. This is his 400th appearance. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Zanetti. Kimmich tries making a foray down the right. Totti. Now it's Kimmich. Pele. He's a sharp little ball here. And no, that was never going to make it. Roberto Carlos. And it's Roberto Carlos. Neymar. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played out wide. And that has left him in a heap. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Oh, great save by Dida. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Carlos is offering a right smile there.
And that is expertly dealt with. Besiktas have the chance to go the other way. And this is Pele! It's Pele! Goal! Besiktas! Besiktas take the lead! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
So, a breakthrough already. Looking to play him in, and this is Messi. He is through here. Nicely spread. He slid in, and that has raised the temperature on the touchline. two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Kimmich. And it's Messi. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Davids producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. That's a nicely shaped ball. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's run loose here. Tries to play it through. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Roberto Carlos is eyeing up his options in the middle.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Oh, lots on that one, but he couldn't find the target. And he's intervened well there. He's had it taken off him. Oh, super find. And this is Owen. And he shoots! It's hit the upright. Oh, what? And the finish!
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. This ended up in no man's land. And here's Musial, and the shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Totti. Defending was strong and firm. Totti. Madrid finding their passes.
Besiktas really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
The referee's awarded a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Besiktas can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Roberto Carlos and Neymar. Besiktas making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. Big chance! More chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Besiktas are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Nedved.
This is the time you need that pace.
And this is Owen. Kimmich. Rijkaard. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Driving on and making good progress. Shot, surely! Oh, it's hit the post! Mbappe with the foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Madrid are down to 10 men. Not the most accurate pass. And it's half-time here. So your views on the first half?
Besiktas really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Besiktas are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Here we go again. Couldn't squeeze it through. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's managed to get free. And this is Owen. Oh, that's fabulous. Shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Besiktas find a position of real strength now. And it's Neymar. Nedved aims beyond the defence. That's been slipped through. He's got away. Oh, shooting chance! He's scored! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
It's become a case of men against boys.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Totti. Rijkaard. That's a nicely shaped ball. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And he's going to have his name taken. And that's it. And that's where we have to end. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beck. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Arsenal.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
I suppose if you're playing in an attacking position in this team, then having a craftsman like Rui Costa beside you is a dream.
He's in most people's lists of great number 10s.
I'm going to go along with that too.
Roberto Carlos is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Tries to pass it through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pull it. It's a promising run he's making on the right. And he's picked out the run. Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Pass somewhat off target. Vieira. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh. Is Harry shot! Brilliant from Pele!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Besiktas are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now, can they get him away? Pepe cuts out the pass. Oh, perfectly measured that. Up he goes! Oh, crossbar! No mistake! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Besiktas are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And he's quick to snatch it back. And it's Hullet. Messi, not the most accurate pass. Tries to play it through. Oh, no joy this time. Besiktas have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Vieira. Hullet. Tries to thread one through. Can he get it through? Osimhen. That is ended up in no man's land. Serves up across. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. That has not gone well. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And this is Roberto Carlos. Looking to play him in. Crossed in again.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Zanetti. Now it's Owen. And this is Pele. Has a look and plays it forward. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shot could be a chance! This time, surely! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rui Costa actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Climbs up big! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Now it's Hullet. He's got away. A great chance! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. And the shot! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal?
It's a mighty effort! And that is high. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Pull it. And this is Owen. Chance, surely! Keeper always had the measure of that.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Pele herring after the ball here. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Rui Costa. Pull it. That's Vieira.
2 added minutes has been
Rui
indicated.
Costa. Great vision. Now it's Owen. That's a shade optimistic. And the whistle goes for half-time. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Besiktas really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football. Some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Besiktas pretty much out of sight here. It really has been a one-sided game so far.
Substitution for Besiktas. Number 9, Owen.
Here we go again then.
7, Nedved. Gattuso. Coming on the field, Cristiano Ronaldo. Varane. Number
Aimed
4,
beyond the defence.
Rijkaard. Substitutions taking
It's anyone's
place.
ball now. And it's Vieira. In with the challenge. Vieira cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Besiktas come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
And he was quick to react.
Besiktas couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Arsenal have got it back and they'll have another go. That has been cut short. And he's straight offside. No, he's not going to get any further than that.
Well, that was well positioned and
It's Pele! Driven forward. Decent progress down the left. That's a little off target. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Looking for options for movement. Cafu. Besiktas do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, that's fabulous. And this is Pele! Pele! They're going to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. The run. Oh, smashing header! And it's headed over.
Substitution.
So here comes the substitution. Roberto Carlos. He's shifting through the gears here.
when it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Vieira. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And this is from Mario. Can he finish? That's going up front in a hurry. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He can run onto that, and he's intervened well there. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Shoots! Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Raul. Cafu. Oh, easy pickings there. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pele is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Triol promptly onto that, and that is that. Could move up a gear here. Pullet hurtling down that right flank. Vieira. Cafu. Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Eze, decent chance! Cristiano Ronaldo. Pullet on two now and looking for three. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Roberto Carlos gets it away.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
They're on! That is a little undercooked. He's a sharp little ball here. Now the cross. There's the header! They've headlines continue to get darker and darker.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
After 88 minutes is the run.
It's become a case of men against boys. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Out towards the flank. Nicely weighted ball.
Has been indicated.
And the ball is out of play. Dida chooses to deal with it himself. Well, they've got it again. Knocks it into space. And he lines up a cross. Besiktas have a free kick. And that's it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Besiktas definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it is quite an atmosphere here in the Mexican capital. That is what greets us whenever the nation's most decorated club is playing here. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. There is the unmistakable figure of John O'Shea, one of the first names on the team sheet, always good.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be a little biased here because he's from my hometown, but he's about as versatile and dependable as they come.
The ultimate unsung hero. Menu, Club America finding their passes. Owen. And this is Pele. He's through, now is he in? Real chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Besiktas with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Beckenbauer gets it away. Pullet plays it in. Club America are looking to go forward now. O'Shea. And it's Hasebe. Menu. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Gattuso produces the perfect tackle there. Knocks it into space. Oh no, this does not look good. He won't be happy with that one. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And he's being shifted off it. Oh, that's a key interception. Nuno Mendes. Roberto Baggio. That's a good run down the left. Can he latch on to this? He is through here. Shot a goal! It's there! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Club America are in front now. The game's only goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration would be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
It's a really well-measured ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Not the most accurate pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, that has not gone well.
Besiktas are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Pressure coming in from all directions. Spread it left. Tries to... He rises! Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
O'Shea kept his eye on it, and he's there. Short changes him with that pass. Baresi. And it's Mendes. Baggio receives it in a wide position. He's shifting through the gears here. It's a pretty loose pass. So much time and space here. 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Pelé. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's got away. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Great vision. Oh, goes for a shot! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Besiktas have their second corner now. Keeper's dealt with that. Shapes to shoot! O'Shea. Oh, there's a probing ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Roberto Baggio. Can he get it through? And this is Owen. Owen with the delivery. Best. Tries to play it through. Menu. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. O'Shea is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And it's Menu. Well, that pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? Not much subtlety about that challenge. He's found the way through. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Club America has the chance to go the other way. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Owen, there's the shot! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
The action is back on the way.
Besiktas really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good ball. Oh, shooting chance! And he's following up. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
O'Shea. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for the run. Nedved. That's been slipped through. Beckenbauer. Baresi. Hasebe. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That's been cut out, well played. Zanetti has it out wide and in space. Hasebe is always scanning the pitch for targets. And this is Owen. Besiktas still chasing a 1-goal deficit here. Now, can they get him away? Pass somewhat off target. O'Shea. At best. No, he's seen through all of that. He's in plenty of space here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Best's cross. And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
No way through. Now it's Owen.
Club America have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. Roberto Baggio! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Bruno Fernandes. And this is Owen. Oh, perfectly measured that.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Looking to play him in. Picked up and the finish! Really well taken means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Wonderfully smooth, face to face with the keeper. Tries a shot! No mistake! Right back in the game! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
Cambio en el América. Número 25. Número 37. Número 15. Entran.
So, time for
número
changes
14,
on both sides,
número
actually.
13,
This
número
is
38.
threatening to become a
Se va
really good
realizar un
game.
cambio.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And he's managed to get free. Leicester did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Knocks it out wide. And that is exemplary defending.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Besiktas are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Oh, that's well spotted. Could move up a gear here. That looks a good ball through. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Can he finish? Oh, it's a beauty. He's got himself an absolute peach. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Club America could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
They're urging him to shoot. Now it's Hullet. Cross into... There's the header! And that is the last effort of the game. Besiktas perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Arsenal have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And this is Neymar.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, this looks sharp. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy, Florian Wirtz, is the latest in a line of many impressive German playmakers. He's already broken the record for the youngest goal scorer in the German top flight, and that's hugely impressive. And just watch out for him in terms of his movement. He gets into that right half space, and he loves to occupy that zone and then just look to play from there. And he could well be a standout star.
Yeah, still certainly be leaning heavily on him. Cristiano Ronaldo. Zanetti. Now it's Mbappe.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
And it's Wirtz. Xavi Alonso is the team's great visionary. Arsenal trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. It's a pretty loose pass. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Xavi Alonso. He's a sharp little ball here. And that pass isn't the best. Wirtz. And it's Griezmann. Now it's Owen. Rijkaard. It's Xavi Alonso. And here's Griezmann. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Neymar. Great chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Neymar has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And he was quick to react. Neymar. And he cuts out the supply. Can he get it through? Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And that's a good ball. Half an hour played now. And the counter is on. He's on it. Can he get away? And he's been shifted off it. Rijkaard. And it's Xabi Alonso. Turan. Pelé. Good play on the left-hand side here. Can he get on the end of this? Well read. And the danger is averted. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Aim forwards. Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Wirtz. Great vision. Looking for options for movement. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Besiktas clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And he's let fly. Loose ball now, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Now, who's going to be first to this? Wirtz. And that interception was most necessary. There's the whistle for half-time. And it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. And we are up to the break.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Gullit. Well, that's a little loose. Deep cross. Besiktas claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Besiktas with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
No, that was never going to make it. Up towards the hour mark, and still no goals. Now it's Neymar. It's a throw-in. Adams. Adams makes the interception. Rijkaard. That's really well manoeuvred. Wirtz in acres of space out wide. Rijkaard cuts it out. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And still, we await the first breakthrough. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Zanetti. Now it's Owen. And here's Griezmann. Vitz. Zanetti.
This is the time you need that pace.
Ronaldo goes pulsing down that left-hand side. He's being urged to shoot. Vitz. Rijkaard. That has ended up in no man's land. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Owen. Threads one in. Tele. And he's there to clear it. Not the most accurate pass. And the pass is intercepted. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Vitz. Xavi Alonso. Rijkaard. Nicely weighted ball. He's cut it out.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Nice interception, well timed.
Arsenal really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Now it's Pele, Mbappe, and this is Ronaldo. Vitz pinches it off him. Pele, and the finish! And he hits the net. That is his ton, and does he not know it? Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 23.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now it's Cruyff.
Substitutions taking
Well,
place.
that's well seen too. And it's Neymar. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Arsenal seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
That's a shade optimistic.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Tries to pass it through. Howson cuts out the pass. Xavi Alonso. Neymar. Decent progress down the left. Now it's Cruyff.
Has been indicated.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that's it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Milan.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Aubameyang. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Neymar. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Pelé. That has been cut short. Makaleli. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior! Just swings wide.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, that's a key interception. it's Vinicius Junior. Nedved. This looks promising. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And no, that was never going to make it. Rui Costa. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's intervened well there. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. And it's Makalele. Looking to play him in. This is Owen. Vitinha can so cleverly bypass the press. Neymar. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well timed, excellent interception. Neither side yet able to find the net. Well, nicely intercepted. Makalele. Nice, ended up in no man's land. Milan looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can.
He rises! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Going to be disappointed with that. Tries to play it through. Great vision. And this is Owen. Oh, no joy this time. Rijkaard gets good distance on it. Incoming delivery. Keeper has taken decisive action. Rui Costa. Now it's Aubameyang. That's a cute ball. And the through ball. And he's on his way. Goes for a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. No, not quite on the same wavelength. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Besiktas clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Vinicius Junior, still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Albert Ferrer. Vinicius Junior. Milan looking to pass their way through. Quality ball. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Aubameyang. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Oh, easy pickings there. Vinicius Junior. Aubameyang. Now it's Owen. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Aubameyang. And he welcomes it in. Tries a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
1 minute added
Rui
time.
Costa. And Aubameyang! Goal! Milan! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever.
And there's the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
So off we go once more.
Besiktas can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Gattuso gives no quarter whatsoever. And that's another good win of the ball. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Turan.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Vitinha. And it's Neymar. And that's a good ball. Can he finish? And he has kept it out somehow.
Aubameyang clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Header comes in! And one more try! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 2 then. Knocks it into space. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Makalele, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. And the pass is intercepted. Aims beyond the defence. This is Owen. Big chance! One-on-one! And that was very necessary. And this is Owen.
Besiktas really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Makalele chasing after it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Vinicius Junior. Can he get on the end of this? Vitinha. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Neymar. And he welcomes it in. Good ball face to face with the... And the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, what has happened here? And that's play. Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So, third corner of the game.
Substitution for Besiktas. Number 18, Pele. Gattuso. Coming on the field, number 10, Ronaldinho. Number 7, Hullets. Substitution
It's run
taking
loose,
place.
and again. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Nedved charging forward, the ball at his feet. Ronaldinho. Danger averted for now. Vitinha does really well to win the ball there. Played out to the right. Yildiz. He has found the way through. Oh, that pass isn't the best. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's well spotted. Half an hour gone in the second half. Passing nice and neat. Girassi.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Zanetti picks it up out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. Flings it across. That's really well manoeuvred. That's a good ball out wide. Not the most accurate pass. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Besiktas must do something here, and very quickly.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Albert Ferrer cuts it out. Now it's Girassi. Oh, super find. Osimhen. And he's... Osimhen! No mistake! And this is getting better and better. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter.
Shoots! He scores! And what a climax we have here!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Shot a goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Girassi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan get their 4th corner. Dida gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Played into space. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. And the number on the board is 3. Doué is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Oh, good. And the shot! And collective relief. And that will be the final act. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for us. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Manchester United.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here. Pele making himself the star of this show. Hard to believe, really, that he's already made it up to 300 appearances.
Well, Peter, it's remarkable considering I still remember covering his first game, with you in fact. He really has come an awful long way, hasn't he?
And this is, oh, decent chance! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. That's really well manoeuvred. Not the most accurate pass. But it's Owen. That has ended up in no man's land. Ronaldinho tries to play it through. Manchester United have it back and can go again. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Menu short changes him with that pass. Thuram gets over and intercepts. Puyol kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Šeško, Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now that looks a decent ball. Manchester United looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose. If they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
He won't be happy with that one. Ronaldinho. That's a good Šeško! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Besiktas are looking to go forward now. Chips it through. Puskás receives it in a wide position. It's a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Manchester United grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Ferdinand makes the interception. Nicely shaped ball, and he's intervened well there. Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Puskás can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, can he get onto this? Rivaldo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. No, that's been intercepted. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Ferdinand. Nedved, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Puyol gets a foot in here. him away. And it's Ronaldinho. Rivaldo. And here's Ibrahimovic. Nedved. Looking to play him in. Owen looking to run onto it. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Oh, good read. And it's Zanetti. That pass isn't the best. Triol. And the pass is intercepted. That's a little off target. Šeško.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Zanetti calmly anticipates. Mateus. Pass somewhat off target. And the first 45 minutes are up. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
Just a quick announcement.
So, all
And
square at
in
half-time,
we're
each
about
side
to announce
matching the
today's
other
hockey
blow for
numbers.
blow at
Please
the break.
watch the screen if you have a ticket.
So once again, we're underway. Looking for options for movement. Now the cross. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Nedved. We expected better, and so did he. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's a shot. Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Menu. Oh, delightful ball. He's having a go! He's under a lot of pressure there.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And he cuts out the supply. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Just eases him off the ball. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he's there to make the challenge. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And smartly reclaimed. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nice physical challenge. Menu. Aimed beyond the defence. He's on it. Can he get away? Ferdinand did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nedved. Now it's Hullet. That is lovely. Ibrahimovic, a player who needs no introduction. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Puskás. Oh, that's a key interception. Puskás. Nedved. And it's Ibrahimovic. It's a pretty loose pass. Nedved. That's a good run down the left. Pele unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Knocks it into space. nicely aimed pass. Great vision. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Puskás. No way through. Ronaldinho. Well, that is one way to stop him. Pull it. Oh, that is a smashing piece of defending from him.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Substitution for Besiktas. Number 11.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on the field is Neymar. Substitutions taking place.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, played right into his path. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And it's Batistuta. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he get on the end of this? And against the crossbar! In he goes again! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pops him off it and wins back the ball. Puskás. Pelé. Owen. Thuram gets it clear.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Hullet. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides...